A judge said Leeming's story was not believable, and this brings closure for her family.
Very relieved.
Very relieved. I think I held my breath the whole time.
Yeah.
I actually wanted to get up and hug the judge, but I know that would have looked super weird. So obviously happy is not the best word.
That does give me a lot of relief to know they are in a better place.
A nearly 3-year-long saga is over for a grieving Calgary family as Robert Leeming has been found guilty of second-degree murder in the death of 22-month-old Aaliyah Sanderson. Leeming had already pleaded guilty to killing her mother, Jasmine Lit, but maintained his innocence in the little girl's death.
Imagine living in a quiet town where doors were seldom locked and neighbors greeted each other with a smile. It's the kind of place you'd feel safe raising a family, going for late evening walks, or letting your kids play outside until the streetlights came on. Now, imagine one day, two of your own, a devoted mother and her little daughter, vanish from this peaceful community. No goodbye, no trace, just an empty home and a lingering chill in the air that turns warm smiles into worried frowns. Today, we delve into the unsettling disappearance of Jasmine Lit and her 22-month-old daughter Aaliyah, a case that reveals the dark side of trust and the shadows that can lurk behind the most familiar faces. Hello, and welcome back to True Crime Stories HQs. Each episode, we peel back the layers of the most puzzling and spine-chilling stories from around the world. Don't go anywhere as we piece together the chilling events leading up to that fateful April night. Follow the twisting trails of an investigation that baffled authorities and uncover a confession so shocking it could only be true. Stay with us, as what unfolds is a reminder that sometimes the very people we feel closest to hold secrets darker than the night sky. Meet Jasmine Lit, a woman whose life looked perfect to anyone peering through the window of her cozy home. A single mother, she shared her world with her little girl, Aaliyah Sanderson, a bubbly toddler with a laugh that could light up any room. Together, they shared simple joys, playground visits, bedtime stories, and the quiet comfort of movie nights. Yet, beneath the surface of their seemingly serene life, a storm was gathering, one that would soon engulf their existence and leave an entire community staring into the abyss of an unsolved mystery. The date was April 14th, a day that began like any other in the quiet neighborhood where Jasmine and Aaliyah lived. Trees blossomed in the mild spring air, and laughter echoed from nearby yards. However, as dusk settled, so did an unnerving silence around Jasmine's home. She and Aaliyah were last seen on this tranquil evening, their sudden absence igniting waves of concern. By the next morning, their home stood eerily quiet, a stark reminder of the night's unsettling turn. This disappearance set off a whirlwind of questions. Where could they have gone? Who saw them last? And most importantly, why did they vanish? Picture this, a quiet street, a house like any other, nestled in a friendly neighborhood. Now imagine the heart-stopping moment when Jasmine's sister, Genevieve, driven by a gut feeling that something wasn't right, approaches the house. It's the evening after Jasmine and Aaliyah were supposed to show up for a family dinner but never did. Genevieve finds the front door locked, windows shut, lights off. The house stands silent, a stark, unsettling quiet taking hold. As she peers through the glass, a chilling sight, Jasmine's purse, dropped near the hallway mirror, its contents spilled as if in haste. A toy lies nearby, half hidden under a chair. The scene is frozen, a silent scream of disorder, the first whisper of a nightmare unfolding. With each passing moment, the weight of dread grows heavier. The family springs into action, their hearts pounding with fear. Phone calls to Jasmine ring through to voicemail, text messages pile up, unanswered. The air thickens with tension, each hour stretching their anxiety to near breaking point. They huddle together, piecing together Jasmine's last known movements, desperate for any clue that might lead them to her and little Aaliyah. Their home, once filled with the warmth of laughter and shared stories, now echoes with the hollow sound of absence. This isn't like her, they repeat among themselves, hope mingling with fear as the night drags on. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe if you're hooked on finding out what happens next. Upcoming, we delve into the police's frantic search efforts and the mysterious clues left behind. Stay with us, because this story is about to take even more twists and turns. Imagine a small town waking up to the news that one of their own has vanished, not just anyone, but a young mother and her toddler. The police, with their notepads out and badges shining under the streetlights, knocked on every door, dogs sniffing through the dewy grass, searching, always searching. Yet, every lead seemed to slip through their fingers like sand. The local park, the nearby woods, every spot Jasmine and Aaliyah had loved, turned over, but nothing. It was as if the earth had opened up and swallowed them whole, leaving the town whispering and the family clinging to hope. Then, there's Robert, the boyfriend, with his too smooth talk and uneasy glances. Every time the police asked where he was the night Jasmine and Aaliyah disappeared, his answers changed. First, he was at home, then maybe a bar of friends. His stories tangled like the strings of a puppet. And the neighbors? They noted his late-night activities, unusual for the quiet man they thought they knew. The pieces weren't adding up, and with each inconsistent statement, the shadow of suspicion grew longer over Robert. What was Robert hiding? And where were Jasmine and Aaliyah? Join us after the break as we peel back the layers of this mystery. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to stay updated as we follow the breadcrumbs that could lead to a breakthrough. Are you ready for what comes next? Stay tuned, and remember, the truth is often hidden where you least expect it. The turn came on a chilly morning when detectives, poring over computer screens, stumbled upon something chilling: Robert's online history. It wasn't just casual browsing. Here were searches no innocent man would make, dark questions about how to hide someone forever. Suddenly, the case shifted. Jasmine and Aaliyah weren't just missing. They were feared lost to something much darker. Every officer felt the urgency now. The race against time to uncover the truth had everyone on edge. With the community's eyes watching, the police moved in. They arrested Robert amidst the glare of camera flashes and the murmur of a restless town. His house, once just an ordinary home, became the center of the investigation. Inside, officers found maps with strange markings, books on disappearance, and more than enough to raise the hairs on the back of your neck. Yet, just as the town breathed a sigh of relief, the lack of direct evidence twisted the course once again. Robert was released. The news hit the community like a cold wave, disbelief and fear mingling in the whispering winds. But the story didn't end there. The police, driven by a determination to find Jasmine and Aaliyah, kept digging. Every piece of evidence added to a tapestry of suspicion that Robert couldn't shake off. The community, too, rallied, their whispers turning to calls for justice. As tension simmered, the question on everyone's lips was not if, but when the truth would finally surface. Just when it seemed Robert might slip through the cracks of justice, a daring move by the police turned the tide. Undercover officers, posing as friends, tapped into Robert's world, capturing his confession on tape. In a twist of fate, what he thought was a private admission became the linchpin of the prosecution's case. As the courtroom listened to his own words sealing his fate, the air was thick with tension and relief. The gavel's final fall brought Robert a life sentence, but the scars left on the town were deep. Schools held sessions on safety, neighbors installed more lights, and parents hugged their children a little tighter. The relief of resolution mingled with the sorrow of loss, as the community came together, stronger in their resolve, but somber in their reflection. This story, woven from threads of tragedy and bravery, reminds us all of the fragile nature of trust and the deep wounds betrayal can leave behind. As we close this chapter, let us carry forward the lesson of vigilance and the importance of community. May the memory of Jasmine and Aaliyah inspire us to cherish and protect our loved ones. If this story captured your attention and stirred your emotions, we ask you to please show your support. Hit the like button if you feel we've brought justice to Jasmine and Aaliyah's memory. Subscribe to stay updated with our deep dives into the mysteries that touch our hearts. Do you think justice was fully served? What would you have done differently in this investigation? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Let's start a conversation. In our next episode, we explore another riveting tale, a story shrouded in mystery and clouded by deceit. What happens when a small town's beloved teacher vanishes on a foggy night? Tune in next week as we unravel the layers of this perplexing case. Trust us, you won't want to miss the twists we've uncovered. See you then. Remember, each share, like, and comment not only supports our channel, but also brings these stories to others who seek truth and justice. Thank you for being part of our community here at True Crime Stories HQs.